Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission, well, it's really to dig into the developments, the strategic shifts that are genuinely reshaping our world.
That's right.
Today, we're diving deep into a really dynamic area, space, advanced tech, and, all the global dynamics changing around it. We've got quite a stack of sources here, a key article on a pretty wild orbital project, plus a bunch of headlines from just this August 2025.
Yeah, and our job is to cut through all that noise, really, and just highlight the critical stuff, what's actually redefining power, especially in space defense and this tech competition.
Okay, let's unpack this.
These sources, they really show an intense burst of innovation. You can see nations just racing, jockeying for advantage everywhere.
And it's definitely a race. I mean, this past August, it's been nonstop.
Yeah.
Take this headline, August 22nd. China Fusion Sun reactor reaches 100 million degrees, a world first. It talks about sparking a global race for, quote, infinite energy.
100 million degrees. That's hotter than the sun's core. It shows incredible control over fusion. Huge implications for energy, obviously.
But it's not just China, right? Almost at the same time.
Exactly. That's what's fascinating. It's all connected. The same day, August 22nd, Russia issues an alarm. Why? A U.S. fusion test hit 350 megawatts.
350, wow.
Yeah, and the description's odd. Light exploded without fire. It hints at this very rapid, controlled energy release, not just a big bang. Powerful, but contained.
So Russia sees that as threatening the energy balance. You've got this clear, two-sided race heating up incredibly fast.
Precisely. It's a major theme. This isn't just about power plants on Earth, though.
No, definitely not. Because that same day, NASA drops its own bombshell. Nuclear breakthrough, fuel more potent than plutonium promises new space era, while igniting fears of global power struggle. So straight away, you see the link. Better fuel, more power, not just for Earth, but for space.
Right. Think longer missions, deep space travel, maybe even powerful propulsion we haven't seen yet. It fundamentally changes what's possible out there.
Which naturally makes everyone nervous about who controls that tech.
Absolutely. These energy breakthroughs, they're like the power source, literally and figuratively, for everything else happening.
Like what we saw the very next day, August 23rd.
Yeah, exactly. U.S. hypersonic aircraft unveiled at Mach 5+. That's, crossing the U.S. in under an hour?
It's staggering speed. And the report says it sent shockwaves, forcing China into strategic reckoning.
And these atmospheric speed demons, they often tie into space defense systems. It's all blurring together. Earth's atmosphere, low orbit.
Yeah.
It's becoming one strategic space.
And then, boom, another headline, same day, China on edge, as U.S. cannon blasts hundreds of pancake satellites into orbit at once.
Okay, pancake satellite, these are tiny, flat, mass-produced things, right?
Exactly, designed to be shot up in huge numbers. Think instant constellation.
Instant constellations, that changes everything for deployment speed and scale. You could overwhelm sensors, set up new networks almost immediately.
So fusion, new nuclear fuels, hypersonics, now rapid satellite swarms. It paints a picture, doesn't it?
It really does. It sets the stage perfectly for why nations, especially the U.S., are making such big moves to, dominate space.
Which brings us to the core of our deep dive today. This joint project between the U.S. Space Force and a startup, Gravitics.
Yeah, this is the big one.
They're building what's being called the first orbital warship carrier. Not just a satellite, something totally new.
Right. It's designed, apparently, to exert unprecedented control over global skies from space. A permanent, adaptable presence up there.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Because if we connect this to that bigger picture, all that competition, this isn't just adding more hardware. It's a strategic game changer.
How so?
Well, it shifts how you project power from space.
Yeah.
It's the U.S. basically saying, okay, amidst all this escalation, we're ensuring we have the high ground permanently.
Like a forward base, but in orbit.
Exactly. A staging ground. Ready to act, flexible, not tied to launch schedules or vulnerable ground sites. It's about persistent leverage.
Okay, so let's get into the vision. This is a $60 million project. What's the goal?
Gravitics and the Space Force, they want to flip the script on satellite deployment by enabling the direct launch of satellites from orbit. Think about that.
So no need for a rocket from Earth every single time.
Precisely. Historically, every satellite needed its own ride, or shared one. Slow, expensive, predictable.
But this carrier, it just stays up there, ready to go.
Like an orbital hub, yeah. Circling Earth, stocked and ready to deploy satellites whenever needed.
The strategic advantage seems huge for national security.
Oh, enormous. Imagine needing eyes on a developing crisis fast. instead of waiting days or weeks for a launch window and prep.
You just deploy a satellite from the carrier already in position.
Exactly. Faster response, more agile. It bypasses all those ground-based delays and vulnerabilities.
So it tackles immediate and future security concerns, as the article says.
Right. And it helps maintain a robust orbital presence. Even if ground launches are disrupted, you still have capability up there. You can replace lost assets quickly.
That constant, flexible watch, it must change how adversaries think.
It definitely alters the strategic calculus. Big time.
Okay, let's talk tech. What makes this carrier work? What's special about its design?
Well, one key thing is it's designed to house multiple satellites in an unpressurized environment.
Unpressurized. Why is that important? Satellites are tough, right?
They are, but space is incredibly harsh. Radiation, micrometeoroids, massive temperature swings.
Ah, so the carrier acts like a garage, protecting them until they're needed.
Sort of, yeah. It's about safeguarding those sensitive electronics and batteries. And that's crucial now, isn't it?
You mean with electronic warfare and cyber threats?
Exactly. An exposed satellite is a target. Jamming, spoofing, cyber attacks. They're all real threats.
So keeping them tucked inside the carrier shields them, makes them harder to mess with before they're even active.
That's the idea. Concealment and protection. It offers a significant tactical edge.
The Gravitic CEO, Colin Doan, he called it a game changer for orbital dominance.
And that language game changer, dominance,
Yeah.
it tells you the strategic intent. It's not just about launch convenience. It's about ensuring your assets work in a fight.
It really highlights the competitive angle. And also this whole thing points to another trend, right? These public-private partnerships.
Oh, definitely. Gravitic's working with the Space Force is a perfect example.
It feels like we're seeing less purely government space stuff and more collaboration.
Yeah, the model's shifting. Startups, established companies, they're becoming essential for national defense in space.
Okay.
It's faster.
Leverages commercial innovation for military needs quicker than old government ways.
Pretty much. It builds this whole ecosystem where tech develops fast and gets integrated into defense strategy quickly. It helps maintain that technological edge.
And Gravetics, they're not just doing defense stuff, are they?
No, that's also interesting. They're working with Axiom Space on a pressurized space module.
So like for space stations, for humans.
Potentially, yeah. It shows they're playing in both worlds, national defense and commercial space. Often, defense needs drive innovation that finds civilian uses later.
So this carrier tech or the know-how behind it could impact more than just the military.
Absolutely. It could transform security, surveillance, sure, but also communications, maybe even things like advanced weather tracking or global internet. It kind of ushers in a new phase of using space.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Fusion breakthroughs, hypersonics, mass satellite launches, this orbital carrier. It feels like the future is accelerating, like really fast.
It really does.
So what does this all mean? Where does this leave us?
Well, the sources themselves raise some pretty big questions we should probably think about. Like, how will these innovations influence diplomatic relations? Putting something like this carrier into orbit, it changes the power balance. Does it create new tensions, new flashpoints?
Or could it maybe stabilize things through deterrence? A sort of don't even think about it message.
Possibly. That's the debate, isn't it? And then there's an even bigger question, I think.
Which is?
How can we ensure that space remains a domain of shared peace and progress, benefiting all of humanity?
That's the tough one. Because the potential for conflict up there seems very real now.
It is. But so is the potential for cooperation, for science, for solving problems down here on Earth using space. It's this fundamental tension.
So today we've really journeyed through this landscape, incredible energy tech, the orbital carrier, its strategy, its tech, hopefully giving you a clearer picture of this whole domain.
Yeah, it's moving fast. And as you watch this unfold, maybe keep this thought in mind.
Yeah.
This race for dominance in space, it's happening. The tech is pushing forward relentlessly.
But with that power comes responsibility, right?
Exactly. How do we, as a global community, balance legitimate national security needs with that other imperative? The one about keeping space a frontier for peace, for shared progress, not just another battleground.
It's a seriously delicate balance.
It is. And figuring that out will likely define our future, not just in space, but maybe here on Earth too. Something critical for all of us to think about.